Consistent and inconsistent systems of equations. In English, when we consider the words consistent and inconsistent, we mean that something is reliable or not reliable. A consistent effort is an evenly applied effort. For a person to make a good effort at one time and not a good effort at another time would be called an inconsistent effort. In sports, a football team's offense that moves the ball regularly would be called a consistent offense. One that fails to move the ball regularly would be called inconsistent. In algebra, these words have different meanings altogether. They apply to what we call systems of equations. What are systems of equations anyway? Well, they are at least two equations with the same variables. A system of equations, such as this system, that has at least one point in common is said to be consistent. The one point these lines have in common is the thing that makes them consistent. There are three things that let you know if a system is consistent. If you see two lines that are not parallel, that tells you that they will have an intersection point somewhere on a coordinate plane and are therefore consistent. Since these lines go their own way or direction, we also say that these lines are independent. Secondly, if you see two equations that have different slopes, that tells you that they intersect somewhere on the coordinate plane, no matter how much they might look like parallel lines. These lines look parallel, but really are consistent and independent since their slopes are different. Finally, you can have two equations that are the same. These equations look different sometimes because they can be in different forms. One is in slope-intercept form, the other is in standard form, but they are the same equation. These equations are consistent, and since they are the same, they are dependent because they have every point in common. We've pointed out three ways for equations to be consistent. When it comes to inconsistency, there's only one way for it to happen. Two lines must be parallel. How can you tell if equations are inconsistent? Well, graphed lines will appear to be parallel like these lines. However, you are really certain when you see that the slopes of two separated lines are identical and their y-intercepts are different. In short, lines that are inconsistent have no common point or solution. To summarize, inconsistent means no solutions, that the lines are parallel. Consistent and dependent means two equations that are really the same line. Consistent and independent means two lines with different slopes. They intersect at one point. This has been Consistent and Inconsistent Systems of Equations. Thanks for viewing.